Hello, friends from all over the world. This is your good friend Jabert, and thank you for joining us again on Cosmic Crit. We got a great show coming up. It's the crew's in a wee bit of danger on this one, but we'll see if who survives. But before we get to that, I want to give you a brief update about CritterCon 4, which is coming up here in just under 2 weeks. As of the release of this episode, it'll be on April 23rd through the 25th of 2021. Signups are open right now over on Warhorn. You can find that link over on our Discord or presumably on our socials. So if you want to play some Starfinder Society with some really cool folks, you should head on over to one of those two places, check it out, and sign up. We should have a stream schedule up shortly as well. We've got some fun things planned, some really cool new ideas, some of which I might be able to talk about over on the Discord, some of which I cannot talk about just yet, but it's going to be a great time, and we're really looking forward to it. So, yeah, that's April 23rd through the 25th. Come and join us. Play some society games. It'll be a hoot and a holler. It'll be a real blasto. And also, we'll be raising money for Doctors Without Borders. So there's that too. And we hope to see you there. So, without any further ado, I present episode 180, System of a Crown.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Plant your seed mercenaries and junction your GFs. It's time to further the adventures of a disaffected protagonist in a sci-fi fantasy JRPG in this week's episode of Final Criticy 8. This is your GM Patrick here, your garden variety monster, and I'm welcoming you to help me invade the Dolet Dukedom and make them puke some as we Firaga our way to the heart of combat. Joining me in the resistance are my 5 friend and your other party members. To my right, she's using the enemy's powers against them with blue magic. It's Rebecca rolling with Quistis Zinnia.
Hello.
Across from her, he's got a huge gun. Wait, is that a sword too? A gun sword? No, it's Drew delivering Echo 7.
Whatever.
To my right, this Guardian Force is about to force his shield junction down your throat. It's Tyler dredging up to Vasho.
Hola, Patrick.
Across from him, he's got a huge sword. Wait, is that a gun too? Some kind of sword gun? No, it's Jabert Planus Trest.
I'm the other one.
Yes, and across the digital table, you might beat him in hand-to-hand combat, but he will wreck your face in triple triad. Why, it's Miles mixing up with Sprouts.
Good evening.
That
the
one's
best
for you.
Video game of all time.
That's for you, Miles. You get one here in episode 180.
Boy, oh
Cosmic
boy.
Crit.
I actually thought you were going to cast me as Angelo, the little dog companion to Renoa.
Nobody remembers who Angelo is, but you and me, Miles.
My background knowledge on this game is not that large.
Wait.
Oh, so
Is that why she would occasionally like put a dog in her crossbow and shoot?
yes. Her limit break is that her dog comes to her side and she just shoots
just,
the
like,
dog
cocks it in there.
at the enemy.
There are a number of Angelo limit breaks. That's Angelo Rush. There's Angelo something else. I can't remember all the names of them.
They're wonderful.
I budgeted time in this week's episode for you guys to talk about Final Fantasy VIII for like an hour.
Don't worry, Tyler. I'm not going to make you play that on stream.
I will.
From me.
Coming this summer.
I mean, I would like to play it. It would be fun. It's been fun going through the game. Final. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird in 2020 and 2021 to all of a sudden get into a game series from 97 and
well, and especially from this era, because I after we were talking about Parasite Eve, I went back and dusted off my Vita and started playing it, almost done with it. And
so funny.
It's interesting to play some of these games because you see the innovation at the time, but you also see from a modern context how kind of empty some of these games are.
I got mine right here, Miles. My my Vita. I was surprised at how light this thing was when I picked it up.
It's a very light machine. Like
I feel like I'm gonna break it.
That we played as kids are still often great games, or at least great games for the time in which they were released. But it is sometimes interesting on going to some games, specifically Parasite Eve, where I can look at this game as this was so cool in 1998, but it's showing its age.
Yeah,
the one like that for me is Chrono Cross. That's I periodically still go back to that game and just fire it up, and I'll be this game rules.
I played
play it again.
I played hours and hours and hours of Chrono Cross because it has a new game plus, and I know I went through it at least 2 or 3 times. Because after the first time, you could actually speed it up by like ×2 or ×3, and it was awesome for a PlayStation 1 game to be able to do that. I remember nothing from that game. I have no idea what it was about. I know I played it a lot. I know there was a dude with a spinny blade and a cat man who was a bad guy.
I definitely didn't budget time to talk about things not Final Fantasy VIII.
Sorry.
But it's all PS1 era Square, so that counts.
It's all Square.
Honestly, though, I think that we're delaying the inevitable.
This episode's 5 hours long.
TPK, right?
I was gonna say he budgeted in an hour to talk about Final Fantasy because the fight's gonna last 5 minutes.
Because we're all dead,
guys. It's
the
like,
boss was like, "Do you think that was my biggest planet I could throw at you?"
You know how in Final Fantasy VII there's the meteor that is going towards the planet? Well, here's an island.
I have that as an at-will ability. Blah, 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 blah.
It's a Monday.
My materia
night.
does nothing.
We're back here to record another episode, and you guys are in another fight to the death. It's just a regular Monday for you all.
It's like we do this regularly.
But unlike normal episodes, we're not circling around to Sprouts Marlowe this week for a recap because you guys know where you were. This is the end of Book 5, perhaps the end of this season, with your characters on the line fighting against the Swarm Mindscape connection. We were in the middle of combat, and that's where we're getting back to right now as the dust clears of another island having shattered across this huge pillar you find yourself standing on. Next in the turn order is Echo 7.
Oh boy. So I know that we talked about this last week, and I realize we just talked about it off air, but for our listeners, can we go over what we learned is the goal of this particular event? We need to get the crown onto this thing's head, right?
Yeah, you've got to get the crown of Hylax on it, and it's like 50 feet tall or so, and also probably won't allow you to do that willingly. So besides the fact that it's floating around, kind of flying right now, hurling islands at you, there's also on the column that you guys are fighting on another swarm creature, another one of these Molateras that are threatening you. So we've got a couple of combatants still. You were able to dispatch one of them last week, but still dangerous here.
All right. I have an idea, but I think we need to clear out this other thing first. That will probably just mean we get more stuff to us.
Who knows how often it can summon allies like this?
Yeah.
Probably a lot since it's a boss.
It's highly... Yes.
Xenia, I may want the crown in a couple of turns.
Okay. What's your plan?
Well, I don't want to spill the beans to Patrick, but I'm going to tell you guys, with Patrick not listening, because I can tell that he can't hear right now. With the Stag Step suit, the armor that Echo 7's wearing, he can instantly teleport up to 100 feet away.
Oh.
Are you thinking about pulling
Can you fly? That's important.
Yeah, you're gonna fall into the abyss if he can't fly.
Well, can you alter? I can't remember what your abilities were. You didn't get alter gravity, did you?
I think I did get alter gravity.
Mm-hmm. You did. So you could put yourself in 0 G
That's true. Yeah.
It's not flying, but it's also not falling, which is what the key point could be.
Yeah.
It's important.
Now, I'm sure that before I get a chance to do this, we will get a rationale for why we can't. But in the meantime, I feel like we need to clear out this because I don't have the crown anyway.
Drew, if you have a plan right now is the time to do it. Not in 4 turns.
I'm dead in 2.
Let me rephrase.
Do it right now.
Let me rephrase. When I say rounds, I mean turns because I don't have the crown. So it ain't gonna happen this turn because
do you want me to toss the crown to you? Is that what you're saying?
Or hand it to me.
Could I request a very nice? I want a Tom Brady like handoff of the valuable crown. So
you don't want me to just
Tom
toss
Brady, known for handing off the ball.
Let's make sure that the crown is slightly deflated.
You think of when you think of Tom Brady is
see, it just spikes the crown. I did it on the bus.
X-Gronk 7 we'll do this. But in the meantime, I'm going to take a heavy fire shot at this dude that is right here with us.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what happened to you last week. I have a note on your record. I think you were potentially stunned for a turn, maybe?
Oh, is that what it is? Then
I think that's already...
You rolled a 13 on a will save, so...
I think that's already come to pass, though, right?
I don't know. That was really recent. Oh, no, that will save was something. Yeah, something. We defeated a thing and they blew up in front of us like they like to do when we defeat them. And then I think he had to roll a will save and he failed on a 13.
Oh, maybe it's not Drew's turn thing. I was about to say, I kept it up here on your character for a while. That was the last thing that happened was I think we destroyed that creature. So as part of the mind... escape creatures suite of abilities.
I have the staggered card as the top card on here, so yes, that is.
All right, so staggered. Can you still make a standard?
You can make a single move or standard action, but not both.
Yeah, so that's part of the formless demise, if memory serves. So I think that is indeed I honestly did not hear anything about your plan because I was looking that up. I was like, why does he have a little marker on it? So no heavy fire, but
no heavy fire, just a regular shot.
Okay, go right ahead.
Cool.
With the -2 because of the crown's stuff. Say 24 to hit.
That is going to be hit
for 32 points of damage.
Wow. That's the first bit of damage on this other Molotera that's here on the other side of the column. Sprouts, Marlowe, we are on to you next.
Okay. I guess Sprouts understands the giant monster. That is a problem. But he also sees the immediate threat down here.
Oh, yeah.
To
get its turn as this other Molotera.
Yeah, he's gonna take a shot at that bad boy.
All right, trick attack. Here we go.
Yeah, the trickiest of attacks, I hope.
Tricky dicky attack.
Oh, this'll. All right, so hit and trick.
Indeed. Both go through. Oh, how much damage are we talking here?
We are talking 44 points of damage.
Ooh, 76 with the wombo combo of Echo 7 and Sprouts.
And he is flat-footed.
And he is bloodied after a couple of attacks, which means Devasho's next, and you're right up on this Molotera.
I guess we'll just keep the focus fire going. Molotera is easy to hit, right? Wait, what'd you just hit him with? A 21? Yeah, we can double attack this guy. I'm not worried. I'm not. That is not the right formula. Surely I can do something useful. Oh boy, does a 20 hit flat-footed? KA?
It does.
Schwa?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good. 27.
Okay.
And
time to
Another one here?
Bring the episode to a crawl as I slowly bring up my computer's calculator. And
hey, a 28 is going to hit if a 20 hits.
Yeah.
So the total damage will be 55.
You had 3 hit points left, so you know what that means. Make me a will save, Devasho.
Yeah!
You're the only one near this thing as it
My
explodes.
favorite. Oh, I should have rolled a reposition, and I could have moved him.
Pushed him off.
Just pushed him. I made it. 21.
Yeah, way to go.
No. My will's not awful, but it's still not great.
Already, next in the turn order is Trest.
All right. Well, gang.
What kind of spells you got left? What kind of mindscape powers?
Not.
You're hurting, or you're down in HP damage.
Yeah.
Obviously. Do you still have your instant recuperation?
I do not have that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Do you still have your surge of power?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's what.
That's where you add a D6. To
Yeah,
the
that's
result
like
of the-
once per rest period. Yeah. So I don't think I've used that in this.
Excelente.
I mean, that's honestly that's not going to help me.
Yeah, right now you're pretty far away from the connection.
Yeah.
Call that about 65 feet as it's up off the ground, kind of about 20 feet up from where you guys are situated on top of the column.
Yeah. I mean, so I couldn't even get to it if I wanted to. So,
Because you've got the jetpack with what, 30-foot movement?
60 with haste. So,
Are you hasted?
yeah, everyone's hasted.
Oh, well then you could charge there if you wanted, but
You can't charge with a jetpack.
oh, then I'm not telling you what to do because I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about
it
these
takes a
rules.
feat to do that. I looked that up.
Oh.
And so, well, I mean, Drew, I like your plan.
Mm.
If you'd come over here and taken the crown, I wouldn't be doing this right now. But I take the crown from Xenia.
Oh boy. So that's a mover standard.
Yeah. So either one, because the other one's going to have to be a move, and I'm going to move. Let's say right there. Trying to stay just outside of this thing's reach,
A grand idea.
and but I'm moving in.
So you're flying up towards some of these other islands here outside of its range. And I've got no more Molateras, which means top of the turn order next turn is Xenia.
All right, Xenia was going to mind thrust this guy, but now she doesn't have the crown. So, seeing
Yoink!
seeing that the crown has been taken by Trust, she is going to do her best to help Trust out in his what I presume to be his plan to put the crown on this guy's head, and try to distract it, maybe. So I'm gonna move up sort of to the northern side of the pillar, or whatever this is, and I think she's kind of up in the air, like 20 feet up, maybe.
Okay.
And she is going to take a shot.
Okay. Taking a big old shot against the swarm connection.
Oh, that sucks. It's only a
Oh
16
no.
on the attack.
Oh no.
And I don't think that even if I used my surge of power, it would do nothing. So
Got a book reroll.
this is the last fight, right?
Oh,
I do have a book reroll, so I could do that. I could do that. Do I just reroll the whole thing again?
Well, the
Just the D20?
trick's gone off, so I can give you that at least. So just re-roll that attack roll.
Well, it's gonna reroll the trick, but oh, that's a natural.
Wow, what a great reroll!
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Make it a little bit better.
The one
these
time
guys-
a reroll is paid off.
These guys are, as you found out, Xenia, last week, immune to crits.
Oh,
It does have the swarm immunities, but tricked and hit, and a lot of damage here. Oh boy, 31, is that right?
well, I guess I rolled the trick attack twice, right? Do I not?
It is not
crit damage.
It is not a critical.
Oh, right, because it's not a crit.
So just using that first one.
Lame.
The attack. Yeah.
Yeah, so 31.
I mean, that is still a lot of damage laying on this bad boy, as I think that's, you might have hit it once before for a similar amount. Oh, but it's definitely not, it's not dead yet as we get back to its turn. And
hopefully not paying attention to Trust, though, which was my goal.
it has a perfect fly speed. It's going to zip down to the column here. I think we're going to make a claw attack against Xenia after that.
She's 20 feet in the air. Oh, but it's like gargantuan.
Yeah, it's pretty big. He'll fly right center mass on you. It actually doesn't need to get super close and make that claw attack. 13 on the dice, gonna be a hit. And roll the damage. It is 28 points of slashing damage its huge claw-like hand is made up of like hundreds of swarm body parts and claws that just kind of cuts right through your armor, gets down in some HP, SP damage here. That is its full action, though, as we go to Echo.
Am I still staggered?
Nope. Staggered's just a single round.
Okay, so I'm going to take a heavy fire shot from here.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out if there's a way that we can coordinate something on your turn. Actually, Jabert, what are you planning on?
I mean, if you wanted to teleport up behind him, like move action, activate your defy gravity or reverse gravity, and then standard action teleport, I could sort of rush over to you, and we could try to, between the two of us, try to roll a natural 20 on this thing.
I'm just trying to think if you got over there, like if I held my turn and you got over there, I could pop up behind you after your turn.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. Yeah, if I don't succeed at it, you could come in behind me and try to do it, or you could go ahead and get in position now, whichever you prefer.
Mm-hmm. I will remind you, this thing, it's got an attack of opportunity, and if you were to attack where you are right now, might provoke that.
Isn't it flat-footed?
I think it's immune to flat-footed. It's part of
swarm immunities. I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me right now. I had it up last week, but I'll double check that.
I've got it pulled up. It's immune to bleeding, critical, flat-footed, off-target, pinned, prone, staggered, and stunned.
Ooh.
So all the cool stuff that our operatives can do.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. There's another thing. Swarms can't be affected by and can't perform combat maneuvers.
This crown action is because of the power of the crown is capable of happening. Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically, it says in the rules that you can, while difficult, make a, what is the roll?
Probably a grapple or something.
Yes. So you need to make a successful melee attack against KC +4.
Okay.
To get it on its head. So I guess, that's basically a grapple.
That's what a grapple
is. But not.
But it's a combat maneuver, right? Yeah.
Grapple normally is, this just says, you're placing a crown on someone's head who's like, no, I don't want it.
I know.
No.
Okay. It's like trying to get the BK crown on a kid who is embarrassed by it. Doesn't want anything to do with it.
I will say it's definitely impossible to grapple a swarm, but also it probably impossible to grapple like a gargantuan creature at the same time from where you guys are at. But that action is, as soon as you put the crown on Trest's head, they automatically know that information. Like you see like an image in your mind as clear as day, as that's what's got to happen.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Well, sorry, Echo.
Echo 7. It's a big turn here. What you want to do?
So, Alter Gravity only lasts for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly, how many turns is that? If we could guess,
plenty.
Roughly
10 turns.
Roughly, okay. And plainly, it is 10. Yeah.
All right. Echo 7 is going to alter his gravity to be
so
0 gravity.
that is a move action, I believe, to do. Just FYI.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's going to activate his stag step suit, which will allow him to teleport 100 feet in any direction once per whatever. Gonna pop right over here. Jabert, is that a good spot for you? Does it matter where we are on the thing, or do we just have to be in melee range?
I was going to say it would be great if we were adjacent to one another.
Is this? I'm at the guy's feet. I don't know that it really matters for the sake of these tokens or not for what we're trying to do.
I was just going to say it would just need to be somewhere where I can sort of get to you. So I mean, honestly, yeah, any of these locations would technically be okay.
I'm going to hover over here in case I have to fall on this little island.
It's fair.
Can you get to me there?
Yeah, I can get you there.
If we need to, at least.
Yeah.
Because you might do this in one turn.
Oh, I guess I'm going with him, aren't I?
You have to stay where you are. That's Stag Step Suit does not let you take anybody with you.
Yeah, it works like Dimension Door. So, well, it says you can take.
Because if I'm on his shoulder,
want to make sure I'm looking at Starfinder, not Pathfinder first or second edition.
You can only travel 100
willing,
feet.
Unconscious creatures,
and you can't take other creatures with you, is what I am seeing.
So specific to the stag step.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So the ground literally just disappeared from under Sprouts and just fell on his plant behind.
I'm presuming that Echo did a swift action to pop you on the ground.
Do you got any cool farewell lines in case this is the last time you see Sprouts Marlowe?
I would have if I had thought about it before now, but
I didn't know I was leaving them, but here we go. Oh boy. All right, so you've moved behind the opposite side of connection from where Trest Devasho is. Sprouts Marlowe, your seat has fallen out from underneath you. You are teetering on the edge of the column here. What you want to do?
Sprouts is going to move south, about to the middle of the island that he's on. Still on the edge, but he's basically parallel with Devasho there.
You're making a trick attack?
Yes, I am.
I was about to say, if not, I'm going to take that attack of opportunity, boy.
You know I'm making that tricky tricks.
Oh, I don't know what your HP is. All right, cool.
And that is a CR4 or lower. Don't think that hits.
Maybe it's the time of the book that I remind Miles, you have 2 book rerolls.
Yeah, but I got the attack.
Yeah, well, like Xenia said, you're just rerolling a single D20, so you can reroll the trick if you want.
Okay. Not this time though.
Don't you dare, Miles. You please re-roll it. You have to. I swear, if you finish this campaign with 2, everyone will kill you.
I should have brought Sprouts with me if I could, just to get him to re-roll twice to put the crown on the head.
Give me your re-rolls, Miles.
So that's 13 points of damage.
You don't want to. You seriously don't want to use it right now. I don't know what the strategy is here.
Because I might need it on something that doesn't hit.
Well, once again, you have 2 of them.
I understand that.
All right, I
stop trying to help. We want to die, Patrick. We want to die.
Just let us die.
No,
just kill us.
I'm attacking Miles next. There's no bones about it. 13 points of damage on this thing. We are on to Devasho.
All right. Well, is it turn 3? Yeah.
At the very least, yeah.
Yeah. That's the second time I've gone this episode. So.
I know. I just can't remember how many we got through last time.
We got through 1 full turn, I believe.
I don't think I have any zeniths that are really going to help here, but I'll look that up next time. For this time,
just a reminder, you are hasted.
Yes.
So you get an extra move action if you make a full attack.
That's true. So I can move in and make a full attack.
True.
Let's do that.
Oh, doing a full move here that will provoke the
That's
attack.
Oh,
That's what you want, right?
You know what I could do I don't think I want that. What I can do instead is use what's the name of that ability? The new one I got. I can use Tidal Surge as a move action. Oh, but would that work with haste? Does that work with haste, Jabert, if I use my move action for like a Stellar Revelation?
It has to be
a full attack.
Yeah, when making a full attack, a hasted creature can also take a separate move action in order to move.
Okay. All right. Yep. I'll just suck up the attack. That's fine.
Oh, good. Someone did it. I was about to say.
That's fine.
Jupiter comes running in with the crown. I just swat him out of the sky because he's definitely taking that attack of opportunity on you. This is a big beefy boy here. Only a 4 on the dice, so that is a miss.
Really?
Well, what's your armor class?
31?
Yeah, it's a miss. It's a 4.
Wow. I would have thought he would hit on anything but a 2.
Well, it doesn't have a plus 27. You can at least make that.
Woohoo! All right, now I'll make my full attack. I mean, am I technically flanking with?
Hey, does Patrick have his book reroll? Oh, Patrick has his book reroll.
Hey, let's not use it now.
I'm gonna save it.
Yeah,
let's, like Miles, maybe I'll need it.
Yeah, I think unfortunately they're unflankable.
Oh right, I keep forgetting that. I'm not very good at remembering
so much stuff.
Swarm. I know, I'm just not very good at remembering the swarm stuff. 25, Patrick.
That is a miss.
Sweet. I was just saving it up for this attack. False sense of security followed by a massive blow to your ear. Oh, never mind.
Oh no, 2 misses.
All right.
Oh no, that first one would have been a hit if it wasn't for that -4. That is against KAC, yeah? Yes.
Yeah, I might want to. I have the Talon Blade out. I might want to use it if I'm full attacking. It's less damage, but
maybe next turn. Maybe there won't be a next turn though, as it's Trest's turn. All right, Trest. The connection seems occupied with your friends who have surrounded him.
All right, I'm also going to surround him. Getting back behind him next to Echo, and I'm just trying to think. I think I've already used communalism for the day, so that's done. I'm pretty sure I've used my book reroll. So
coming down to that D20 roll.
All right, the all important. We need a 32.
Oh,
12 on the dice, not going to do it.
Even if I rolled my surge with a +6, that would not do it. So
yeah, so I would hold on to that.
Yeah.
As we start turn 4, I think we've determined with Zinnia.
All right. She is going to back up a bit. Want to stay in line of sight and take a shot. Not sure what else to do.
I mean, yeah. I mean, fire away. Hey, if we can knock it unconscious for a minute, that's easy to put a crown on.
That's true. And that trick goes off and that attack goes off with a 33.
Oh, yes. Oh, boy. There's some attack rolls that you need. 19. You rolled the 20 last turn. Maybe she should have the crown. But that melee attack might be a little more difficult than this ranged shotta. 26 points of damage. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Good news. It's bloodied.
Woohoo! That is good news.
A lot
Keep
of damage
chipping.
from Zinnia as we go on to its turn. Oh no. Let's go to this thing. Oh, it's already flung some islands. Surprisingly, I don't think it has a good understanding of the crown. It doesn't say in its rules that this thing can sense really what you're doing. So it's just going to make some attacks, full attacks, and we've got Devasho, Echo 7, and Trest. I'm going to roll a d6 for a couple of attacks and see who these are going to. It looks like 1s and 2s, Echo, 3s and 4s, Devasho, 5s and 6, and Trest. Ooh, double Devasho. This might not be good. All right, I got to roll high here. For 2 attacks.
I mean, I think if you roll above a 10, you'll be fine, right?
Yes, these are both hits. 16 and a 17. So
why don't you re-roll one of those and try to get a 20 instead?
Yeah, I really like that. 16 and 17. It feels right, you know. Okay, and
Jabert, just so you know, I will be in HP damage.
no kidding.
All right, so you'll.
I'm going to hedge my bets on that one and say yes.
So we'll take whatever the damage total is, subtract 11 for your SB, and then split the remainder in half.
Okay.
Oh boy!
Oh no!
54 points of damage from
minus 11
2 attacks
divided by 2. We're each taking. You're taking 20, and I'm taking 20.
I think it's 21 and 22.
22. Yes, I'm taking 22. You're taking 21. That's
okay.
Ooh. All right. That is his turn as we go to Echo 7. You're right on top of this bad boy.
Okay, so I need to take the crown and do a melee attack.
Yeah, so move action, you take the crown from me.
Yes, so I'm going to do that, but I need to make sure that I do the right melee because my strength is altered by 5. I can just add that. Never mind, I can just add that to the miscellaneous thing and roll 20. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, so 5 plus 10, so plus 15.
So I'm taking the crown.
Is that right?
And I'm going to try to roll this melee attack to get it on its head.
Can you give me just 1 second? I think you might have to. I think you'll make this automatically. Make me an athletics check. Yep. So you needed a 1 to fail with your plus 19. You're able to catch on to the connection or the rock behind you to steady yourself. You do not have the off target condition, as you, mind you, are just floating in 0G right now. Go ahead and if you've grab the crown, make that attack roll.
And does this have a -2 for like all the rest of our attacks?
It is a melee attack, so yes.
Okay.
If you have,
and what are we trying to hit again? Please just
CAC plus 4.
32.
So this is a 27.
Not gonna do it. Echo 7 has the surge of power.
Use the surge of power, but I'd have to get a 6.
I mean, yo,
what else am I going to use it other than right now?
That's a good point.
I mean,
wait, does your bonus plus 19?
Plus 17 with his -2.
Well,
right?
Just strength and BAB, though, right?
Yeah, there'd be no like proficiency or level specialization, right?
It just says make a successful melee attack. So whatever your melee attack is, would that
I see.
altered what you had rolled?
Actually, I take that back. I need that would actually be because the way Roll20 is set up, I can't substitute Echo's strength for the strength and the armor. So I think I added +5, but I only needed to add +1. So that's actually going to be 20. Yeah. It would not work. This is a fail.
Is it significantly less?
Yes, it is like 4
okay.
less. So
that's another biz then.
So not gonna waste the D6 on this one.
Okay, but something like focus. Sorry, weapon focus would apply in this case.
I mean, just roll your same macro for your attack roll because it does not say anything specific. So, there's no normal negatives. Just for fun, Drew, roll a d6. See what would have happened in this alternate universe. So obviously, this is where your luck is. Oh, so close.
Wouldn't have made it anyway.
Would have been 1 short.
It's still up. Sprouts, Marlo, we're on to you.
Well, I guess I'm going to take a shot at it.
Yeah, the operatives have been putting in some damage here. Ooh.
Jeez.
Ooh. Another 4 on the trick. Oh, geez, Louise, you don't like to see
would
that.
have been 50 damage.
So if I re-roll the trick, do I have to re-roll the damage?
No, we're gonna keep the damage because the reroll is just a d20 reroll.
All right, so that trick I assume goes off.
Yeah, your bonus is what to sense motive?
20. Yeah.
So 35 minus 20, 15. That is a trick, and that is a hit, of course, against KC.
For 50 points damage.
Okay, I'm putting it on the board. That's why we've got the re-roll here, folks. Don't question Miles. Rebecca. Speaking of, you also have your re-roll. That's a huge shot as just chitin and carapace from its chest are blown away, and you see inside just like a dark green light kind of fusing this idea of the connection together. Devasho, we are on to you.
I only know how to punch.
I know only punch.
I only know punch. So
Double punch?
I'm gonna assume, yeah, we're gonna double swad. Try to go after the EAC. And I'm going to hope it doesn't try to double attack me again, because that would be bad.
Roll random.
I'm just going to hope the random roll doesn't fall so terribly in my direction next time.
No, I want to kill Miles next turn.
Yeah,
He's done so much damage.
Please do. Oh my gosh, I rolled a 9. I don't think a 21's hitting your EAC. Or your flat-footed EAC, if that's a thing.
It's not flat-footed, so no as a miss.
What is Miles' trick doing to it then?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. No bleed, no on fire.
Oh, right.
It's immune to all of our debilitating tricks. So.
Oh, well, I mean, at least it's not immune to the extra damage.
Yeah, I don't know. Geez Louise. So I'm sorry, you said single attack or?
No. But yes.
Oh no.
Yes, single attack.
The Tyler roll.
What am I going to do with my new move action that I totally intended to have? Dang it.
I mean, you can provoke from it if you want to move backwards.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, then we're on to Trest.
All right. I'm going to move action, grab it back. I imagine that really what's happening here is we're sort of just like, we're both holding on to it and trying to like wrestle it onto his head. So we're sort of simultaneously grabbing at this guy.
I will say, after you've both done this and you're standing basically next to each other, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to double attack, you can here. You don't need to spend a move action every single turn now that you're both right there.
Now that we've both got a hand on it. Okay.
So, but I mean, it's like, do you fish for the 20 or do you want it, that one good single attack?
Yeah, let's see here. Let me
you want to surge forward.
I'm going to have to do the single attacks because I can't do the -6 for a double attack.
I need to get I need to roll a 19 just to get it like off the which is a 10% chance. And
it's almost like combat maneuvers are too brutal.
Well, normally a combat maneuver is KAC +8.
Oh, well, yeah.
Right.
So that is brutal. I would agree. 32.
I am going to make a single melee attack.
All right, let's do it.
Oh.
26.
Oh boy, is it worth the surge?
So I would have to roll the 6 to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Wait, I'm trying to think of a thing. Shoot. Oh no, it just occurred to me. If I didn't have to spend the move action to grab it again, I would have activated my weapons of war.
But like I said, I will allow that because you don't. Now that you guys are right next to each other, I imagine you can both be holding it and trying to like shove it into place as he's like moving his head.
Okay, so then
give you a little bit of a bad bonus.
All right, so with that would be 29.
Oh, that's bigger than I thought. Well, let me rethink this. No, you still got what? More than 50-50 chance now.
So there's I think exactly a 50% chance with the surge.
29.
So if I get
if you roll 3, 4, 5, or 6.
Oh, so yeah, so
So you're using the surge here.
yes, absolutely. I think this is the time. Whoop. Didn't need it. Didn't need my weapons of war. The power was in me all the time.
Yes. Oh, and like you've seen on your teammates before, it just like harmonically balances, just hovering an inch or so over the creature's head, the connection's head, and it lets out a screech as it now perhaps realizes what you're doing, monkeying around on its backside, not attacking and doing damage to it. And it seems to be freaking out now as you watch the crown glowing and seemingly communing with the connection itself. It gets to make a will saving throw.
Oh man!
This is why Patrick was holding on to that reroll.
A will saving throw, but it takes a -1 penalty for every 50 points of damage it has taken. I can tell you, it's taken a lot of damage so far. Let's get it going. Loop. Oh no. Okay, I've rolled an 8. What is it? Well, 8 on its will save. Oh, so that's really a 5. I'm not gonna lie, folks. That is a failure. I gotta use my book reroll on this, or it's game over. All right, here we go for the gusto.
Come on. 8.
Oh Oh, Miles, you were right. Thank you for the advice, sir. It's just gonna.
What advice?
Saving the rolls for the very end of the campaign. Oh, we're continuing on as it brushes the artifact off of its head, and you see it careening towards the ground, or I guess the lack thereof, at the bottom of this chasm. Echo 7 and Trest, please make me a reflex save to try and grab the crown. It is DC 19 to grab.
My God.
Trest
Jabert.
a single claw on it.
Oh, God.
Above
Hylax
the
is
chasm.
truly with trust today, right?
Oh,
I
boy.
think so.
We shall see as we go on to turn 5. Zinnia, we're back to you. Ooh.
All right. Zinnia sees that the crown has been safely caught and is no longer falling into the depths. She actually has communalism and is near Sprouts right now. So I'm going to use communalism because I have a graft.
On your attack?
Yeah.
All right. Go right ahead.
All right. So the first is a 24.
Well, it's a good thing that you have communalism. You'll need to re-roll that attack. And the second one is
That's
a hit.
30. Yay.
All right. So we're going to use the first damage, and well, I guess we can use both the damages. 32 points of damage with the trick. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's pretty good. It's not enough to take the connection out. But it is very hurt as we move on to its turn. I mean, at this point, I think the jig is up. And it sees Echo 7 and Tress on its backside, not the huge trucks in front of them. And it glimpses something there and it says, "You will not alter my mindscape." Let's do an attack against both of you guys. One each. Echo 7 first. Oh boy. 3 on the dice. Where's my book reroll? No.
Tisk.
Tress seconds. Oh, another.
Oh, yeah.
No. It's so affected by what you've done. It just swipes at the air, like where you were. perhaps a moment ago.
Oh, shoot.
And that's its entire turn. Echo 7.
Echo takes the crown.
Oh, yeah. From Dressed.
From
Is it
Dressed.
go time?
It's go time. Melee attack, baby.
Oh, this game. Oh,
28.
Oh, Drew.
Actually, that's a 26 because I forgot to do the -2. Or it didn't prompt me for -2 on that, so that's
Womp womp.
that's not going to work, unfortunately.
Oh, I mean, you could roll that 6.
Well, you just have you would just have to
yeah.
roll max on the d6.
Yeah. You just watched Tresta Jabert do it.
I just watched Tress do it, but this is my only chance to do that. I feel like I'm going to prunk it up.
Boy. Oh. Drew, it might be our only chance anyway. Just go.
All right,
I was about to say,
it.
I'm hearing a lot of I don't want to be a legend in the history of Cosmic Crit.
If this isn't a 6, I blame Tyler.
And after a 1 on the D6, the surge of power goes.
That's a surge of
not
Tyler.
Not able to get it up there, but
Nope.
it's still
Accurate
going.
Phrasing.
Not able to get it on its head. Him on its head. Sprouts Marlowe, we're on to you.
All right.
I was gonna come for you this turn, Miles. I swear, but he's surrounded right now. The
Yeah.
connection's surrounded.
All right. So is this thing like basically just kind of teetering on the edge of this little island right now?
It's hovering. It's got a fly speed,
All right.
and also, oh gosh, I need to heal it. It has all your Mindscape powers, so it's also got 0G on.
Well, Sprouts sees all of the damage that people are doing to him. He just was like, and this is when you fall down.
Mm.
That is CR 23 and a 20 to hit.
It's a miss, unfortunately, but you've got a second book reroll. Everyone save them
Ooh.
till like the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You want to use it now? Your final. This is the one you earned from Art Crit Miss special.
Zinnia, toss Sprouts over here so we can get some more people with this
Just
crown.
rub Sprouts on the ground like, come on, give me your good luck.
All right.
Attack reroll.
That's a 31 to hit. And 35 points of damage.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so much better. 15 on the attack, and a single dumb bullet from your gun blasts through the backside of the connection's head, and it falls back onto the column, unconscious, perhaps unmoving as it staggers around Devasho and Zinnia. Probably the best time to put the crown on its head now.
Let's do it.
As you move forward to, I mean, it's still humming with power of thousands of different smaller creatures within its body, but you can, at this point, position the crown as a team right on top of its head. And it automatically fails the will saving throw, unfortunately, at this point for me. And as soon as it is up there and starts humming and floating on top of the connection's head, emits a green light, and you see it kind of become translucent and move inside the head of the creature. It just merges with the body. And you see the wounds on the connection begin to heal up at this point as the swarm creatures kind of cover up the wounds that Sprouts Marlowe just made. And it opens its eyes, but there's not a green light behind them now. It's kind of the eyes of a bug that you can recognize and can recognize the life inside, and it speaks out and says,
I can see it all now. All the pain and misery, all the horror the swarm has wrought.
It seems to be just gushing rivulets of silvery sand in the form of tears from its bug-like eyes.
It cannot be undone. It shouldn't be forgiven. But perhaps it is time to let go of the hate.
You notice perhaps a calming aura over this massive bug-like entity as it gives a melancholy smile, and all the component parts of the connection begin to dissolve, just float away, revealing at first a bit of an exoskeleton, and then the green light kind of holding it together inside. The winds of the surrounding storm just kind of push them off into the distance. But at the same time, you see this huge storm over the head of these floating islands calm down and begins to die with the connection. And less than a minute later, as you guys can touch back down here and lick your wounds, the sky over the mindscape is crystal clear. You can see Hylax's comet twinkling above. The gray skies gain color to them. You see hues of reds and blues and yellows from a myriad landscapes the swarm have taken over. The skies of thousands of worlds before the swarm attacked. And the same calming sensation kind of comes over you all as you catch your breath. Perhaps the most important thing that happens as you do so for you all is you feel the negative effects you received from empowering the crown fading away. Your SP comes back.
Yes.
You feel your will return, your strength. But at the same time, that comes with the realization the crown of Hylax disappeared with the connection. It is gone, it is faded from existence.
That is fine.
Yeah. Don't even care a little bit.
Yeah.
I got 15 SP back.
At least the connection's gone. So we got that going for us.
Do you guys like what do you think your characters think has happened here?
I think perhaps
Open and shut case.
Oh, this is Brad's got an idea.
Maybe the this creature that was incorporated into the swarm has come home to Hylax after a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I do not know. I will not pretend to know what possibly just happened, but I do feel Hylax's presence is far stronger, and whatever has happened, the crown has done what it was created to do. We are that much closer for all this being over now.
It does bring a couple questions to mind. For example, maybe there's more of the swarm than we ever knew. We just barely scratched the surface so far.
Zinnia, what's the scientific proclamation here?
Well, she's tapped into the Hive Jack right now, so I think that she probably was feeling pretty strongly whatever this swarm creature was going through. I think she's probably overcome with grief. I mean, she's not used to telepathy. That's kind of a new phenomenon for her.
Why don't you give me a sense motive check? That's a good point.
Okay. It's a 26.
Oh, you got really good sense motive. Yeah, I think with that, you might have felt what was being imparted through the crown, and having worn it for the last few days, it was nothing short of serenity in the form of channeling the pain of the swarm's victims back through in like a feedback loop to this connection. And from the connection, you felt repentance somewhat, or at the very least a massive form of hesitation or doubt, something the swarm probably doesn't afford itself normally.
Now, Patrick, are these the Mindscape characters, or these actual emotions that they're feeling?
Doubt and hesitation. Yeah, we fought those guys.
Yeah, I mean
that's why the swarm doesn't have them. We killed them. Oh crap!
I was about to say, well, you fought manifestations of things that the swarm can't integrate into itself, right? In the form of anguish, doubt, hesitation. And that I did not put those together, but maybe that's why they were separate entities out in the world. Maybe Thurston Hillman is more of a genius than we even thought.
The crown brought all of that back to this central place, and it's like a form of healing, right?
We had to gather up all those emotions that it repressed for so long.
Yeah.
You guys sacrificed a lot in order to defeat the connection, and you all survived. I mean, everyone was pretty doom and gloom at the beginning of this episode, but way to go. What do you want to do now?
I mean, I think if Tyler had taken 2 more hits like that, it would have dropped me.
It would drop both of us, yeah. Because that's the cool thing and bad thing about Shield Other is we're kind of going to go down around the same time.
Yeah. Remember when my last 2 rolls of the book were natural threes?
Yeah, that was good.
3s?
I was honestly hoping you were going to roll a natural 20 against me so I could finally use my rune plate armor.
Just be like, reroll it, shunt it away.
I think Devasho would maybe stretch out and kind of look around and be like, it is weird to think that after, I do not even know how long it's been, but we're finally going to get to go home, I think. That is a refreshing thought.
It has been too long.
When you say that, what are you thinking of? What's home to Devasho in his mind right now?
I mean, I think he kind of has 2 homes, right? One is where his family is, which is on, a...
Home is where the family is? Yeah. Back on Ultranius.
Or on whatever spaceship they happen to be on, and then there's Suskelin, like his ancestral home. So, I think maybe true home is having both those things together at one time. So,
I think as you think that your Mindscape powers just kind of summon that up here, and you see a perfect long summer red and orange sunset from Suskelin kind of appear over the mountain range in the distance as you pick up your weapons and collect yourself and get ready perhaps to return to Seneca and her barge. But looking at that skyscape over the mountains, a familiar sensation overcomes you all as your vision blurs and you feel yourself speeding through an impossibly long tunnel, visions of green and purple cloud-like manifestations whizzing past you as you travel for what feels like hours on end. At times, you feel like you're zooming along in a starship through space, other times falling, the ground not existing and vertigo kind of overtaking you. But as quickly as this sensation begins, you all take a breath of air and realize, it's the first real breath of air you've taken since inhabiting the bodies of the Thresher Princes. And as you guys look around you find yourself indeed back in the hallways of the Temple of Hylax inside the Forever Reliquary. And this time in your own bodies. And you see...
I just want everybody to know that the entire time that we're going through that, Echo 7 was reciting the monologue from Space Willy Wonka.
Oh, no. leave Echo 7 behind. let him get Oompa Loompa. We don't need that. I didn't know that they wanted to make the worst horror movie of all time, but that scene stealed it.
I don't know. When Gloop got stuck in the chocolate tube, that was scarier than all the parts of Jurassic Park to me as a child.
Well, that's true. But the boat scene, oh boy.
Oh, the boat scene is creepy.
It's the first real breath of air you guys have taken, indeed. And looking around, you see Tuva here on the dais in the middle of the temple. The rest of the reliquary's monks here as well, and they are mid-combat fighting off dozens of swarm creatures.
Oh boy, I hope I had a 10-minute rest.
You guys looking around, you have your weapons, your armor all on you. Everything you've collected from the Mindscape is here with you, but you also have full HP and SP. and RP. Everything's
and
back
spells?
to full. I don't know if it says that. Yeah, it spells too. Why not?
Yay!
But the main thing is indeed that those weapons and armor have been made real, and you look quite a sight, quite different as Tuva looks around at you incredulously and says, "What happened? Did you all get kicked out of the swarm mindscape so quickly?"
Quickly.
We have. Sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think Devasha would just look around and go, that was quickly. It does not feel quickly.
No, we have succeeded. We have merely returned. What do you mean? Have you been standing here this whole time?
Taking a look at the scenes of the attacks here, it seems perhaps a half hour has passed since you guys.
Are there Thresher Prince corpses?
Oh yeah,
in the hallway.
You can get the gooey pieces and pick them out from down the hallway. Yes,
And you were there. And you were there. And you. And you.
Well, yeah. I draw my solar blade and I enter the fray.
Oh, well, there are no Thresher Princes here as, they're holding back lines of Korvoxes and Dredgers, creatures that are small potatoes to you guys now. Tuva will say as you bring your weapons out, well, where is the crown of Hylax? What happened? You were but gone a short time.
We took it into the swarm's mind, and we were able to interact with the parts of the swarm that it wishes to forget, and we made sure that it could not forget. The crown is no more, but the swarm is vulnerable. I think. Do you guys agree with that? Does that seem logical?
Yeah, I was going to ask if Zinnia had,
Yes.
I mean, with the Hive Jack, could I tell if these swarm in front of me, behave differently from normal now that we've bested their hive mind or whatever?
Ooh, you make a sense motive check here.
All right. It's a 39.
Oh boy, pretty high. No, you feel a strong psychic bond between the creatures here and feel it moving in your direction as you turn around, stepping forward through the waves of smaller swarm creatures is one of the psychic powered swarm you fought in the flesh inside the mindscape. Indeed, they sent their psychic warriors, the Ceratorum, at you. And we are in combat currently with one of them as it steps up to the dais. But something feels different as you guys all move forward to combat it. You feel a bit of the divine power flowing through you still, a connection to your mindscape abilities that you can already feel drifting and deteriorating as you are pulled back into the real world. But for a moment, you get a sense of independence in the back of your mind, gone, but still empowering you from the beyond as your wounds have healed up and you're restored, but seem very powerful. We are in combat, but your bodies are still forged and optimized with magical potency. The next single attack roll that you guys make is going to be a natural 20. Let's go down the line here, keep it in the same initiative order. Azinia, make me an attack.
All right.
I guess I need to roll an initiative turn order too.
Patrick, just to clarify that our weapons are also charged with this.
Yes. I mean, if anything you can imagine is boosted back up, it is.
The 32 attack.
Well, it's a natural 20.
Oh,
Right. It's a natural 20. Imagine that.
Did you roll a natural 20?
No, isn't that what you said?
You said,
Oh, yeah.
the
No, it's not. Don't be a liar, Rebecca.
Patrick is so against giving us natural 20s that he told us we could have a natural 20 and then tried to take it from us.
Rebecca, you still have a book reroll as well, so maybe you should.
No, I think I used it. I used it earlier
Did ya?
today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a natural 20 with it. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. It was a great reroll.
Oh man, we're using all of them. Yeah, good. So, what is the full damage here?
So with the trick, that would be 40 total.
And roll the.
Oh, and I have to roll that twice, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do I roll? I roll the trick too, right? I'm just gonna roll the whole thing again.
Yeah, just roll the whole thing.
It's going to be a ton of damage. So.
Ooh.
Not super high.
Very low on the second one. That was a natural 1 too. Good thing we're not using that D20 roll. How much damage in total?
Oh gosh, 16.
66 is what I'm saying.
I agree.
Then
right.
we're. I've rolled initiative as well and rolled a 19, but I'm still not beating Echo 7. Who's next?
Heavy fire.
Okay, and a natural 20 on your attack.
Oh,
We're not gonna forget about it.
Oh, that's a 27 to hit, but double that, whatever the math is. I'm not good with the
27.
math.
27 damage. You mean?
yeah.
Yes,
Okay, that's
27 damage. Sorry.
54, adding to Rebecca's 66. Oh no. Okay, it's still up, and we are now on to its turn.
It's not getting the natural 20, right?
Oh, is it?
Oh, no.
Has it spent months in a psychic?
I don't know its history or past. It could.
It went and found the anti-Hylax crown, and it's been doing the exact opposite mission.
Yeah. Well, what was the name of the Kasathan who was helping us on the barge?
Oof, boy. Yikes.
Oh, Seneca.
Seneca, yeah.
It's Seneca's voice comes out of it. Wait, it's me! I found this body!
What are you guys doing? Look, here are my extra arms.
Echo 7, make me a will save. Just roll.
Does this get to be a natural 22?
No.
No.
But please roll a fail.
Yep.
Oh,
15.
so this is against a level 1 mind thrust, and that is going to do it. Do you guys remember this guy's reaction ability? If a creature fails against its mind thrust, it can immediately cast another spell called Synaptic Pulse against everyone. And I guess I also get that mind thrust damage against you, which is 2d10. 14 points of damage, Echo 7, and everyone, I believe, 30-foot spread. Everyone, as this thing lets out a psychic screech, emanating and pulsating through the mental blast that Echo 7 just got. Make me another will save, everyone, to avoid getting staggered. Oh boy. Oh.
What's the DC?
I'm so sorry, Tyler. It is for its synaptic pulse. 20.
Oh, no.
Oh man, if it's synaptic pulse, I think that's stun, not stagger.
Yeah, sorry. Synaptic pulse is the baddie.
That's so gnarly.
Oh. What'd you roll?
18.
Ooh, do.
I don't know if there's anything I can tack onto that bad boy.
No,
rerolls.
no surge of power.
Did you put back your will save from?
I don't think I ever lost.
Oh, you didn't take the night.
That was
It's one of the few. It would have been.
I took the SP and the attack and damage nerf.
Yeah.
This thing might not live too long anyway. Sprouts Marlowe is next.
All right.
Natural 20 on your natural
Whoa!
1. And
What a roll.
I think I've. Oop.
So that's 37 times 274.
Just close out of the window. The Ceratorum. Oh, that is just a trick. So, yeah, that is enough to knock this thing out of the box. It has died, and as you feel it die, the rest of the reliquary monks are fighting off Korvoxes and Dredgers, and you see about half of them kind of affected by a psychic pulse, and they kind of just fall to the ground, twitching, though not dead. And I mean, they just start coup de grace them left and right, chopping off bug heads, as a few others begin to hold their heads out of their minds, begin to retreat down the hallway. Tuva comes over to Devasho. They have, almost mortal wounds. They're bandaged up, missing one of their small arms, another one's in a sling, and says, "You all did it! You did it! Praise be Hylax! I knew you would, but I worried so." Monks from other parts of the temple defending elsewhere run into the central temple here and begin to report the same thing. The swarm retreating or stunned unconscious throughout the Forever Reliquary. And eventually, very shortly later, you get reports from the command station here that their starships are moving off, and the comet is free of all aggressors. As you walk through the hallways, there are indeed hundreds of swarm corpses, as well as the bodies of a few fallen acolytes and devotees of Hylax. But yeah, there is a immediate service to Hylax as they bring forth the bodies and expand the med bay and some triage tents. But yeah, you guys can rest here and have a bite to eat and drink, the first real thing you've had in a long time since you pass inside the mindscape. It feels like half a year has gone by for you, maybe.
Yeah. I feel
Do you feel like that in real life? About half a year in this book.
Devasho is happy to get some grub, but he's kind of feeling antsy. I think he is ready to go report back to the SDF and figure out what's happening on a greater scale.
Yeah. If this swarm force can be broken by taking down a leader like that, perhaps this is something we can do on a wider scale.
Mm-hmm. It's not a lot of celebration, but they will bring forth all the foods that they have and allow you guys to eat up with the survivors, with the rest of the reliquary monks and people that worship and live here. During the celebration and the many prayers, there's a celebratory Hylaxian hymnal that goes on. It sounds like a cricket's chorus of humming. Tuva kind of brings out her datapad and leans over to you, Devasho, in the middle of this and says, "They're asking for you by name on comms. We're getting a communication from a ship in orbit around the comet, the SS Scout. Someone claiming to be your husband is asking for you by name."
Oh, thank you. I will take that. And he kind of grabs it eagerly.
Oh, it's a happy scene as you get on the radio waves and see in the flesh your beloved for the first time in a long time for you, as the hymnal raises its voice in praise of Hylax here, singing out to the majesty of souls in space, the serendipity of grace out of place, and the reality of carapace and sinew. They sing of many things, but most importantly, they sing of to be continued.
The happiest to be continued we've ever had on the show, maybe?
Everyone alive, and we are going to continue next week's adventure, but not with these characters, but with leveled up characters. Shiny and new. Level 11? 11! Because that's the end of book 5 of Attack of the Swarm.
Yar. Level 11?
Oh boy.
Just one more book.
One more book. I think it's time for maybe a thank you and an apology to Mr. Thurston Hillman. Boy, howdy.
Thank you, Thurston, and we accept your apology.
As soon as I got this book, I was like, what did he write?
Yeah.
What a crazy ride. What a crazy story.
Yeah, we had similar thoughts while we were in it.
Yeah, it was
this
a little
man write?
Yeah, it was a little hard to wrap my head around it while we were in it, but it was it resolved pretty fun. That was a nice time.
Yeah. Oftentimes these book fives kind of take you out of your element and drop you into some place you're not super comfortable with. This is that to an extreme.
Although let me say this. You have to roll super high to put the crown on this thing's head, and then it gets a will save. No, Thurston, you're back on the doo-doo list. Get out of here, Thurston.
Unless
You got your 30 seconds of praise. Now get out.
If we realized we could just take the thing down.
Oh yeah. If I'd known that, I just would have chopped his legs off.
Right? Yeah. I could have finished it 3 rounds earlier.
I mean, I figured that was the case. I didn't think he would just make it like have immune phases like in Destiny, where it's like, oh, now you just can't hurt it until you put the crown on. But
I mean, that's literally what I thought Patrick was saying. And so I was just like, oh wow, like no, he's gonna have like regen 50 or something like that.
I also want to highlight the fact that Sprouts killed him using Johnny Cage's line from the Mortal Kombat movie.
What did you say?
This is where you fall down.
This is where you fall down.
I mean, it did. Yeah, I think you can go back and review some things he's said in the past, but Thurston Hillman mentioned this is kind of like a WoW raid style boss in some comments on Twitter.
Look,
then my healers were awful.
Yeah, Thurston gave us more loot than we have gotten in any Starfinder campaign so far.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Praise be the credit situation in this book.
The mind bucks rained from the heavens.
Yeah, he saw our pain there. And he definitely
I helped out as well.
That should be, I mean, not every book, because obviously how many credits you need is dependent on your level. But
let's go back to Feast or Famine.
Every book five should dole out this level of credits.
Right. Just make sure that for book 6, like you're.
And book 6 should just be just absolutely just Freightliners loaded with them, just making
every
payments.
book 5 should have a fort save to defend against the damage of the credits raining down on you.
Yes.
Oh no, there's a huge tractor trailer full of cred sticks that just turned over.
So favorite thing about book 5 for me is like the pirate sand barge, because I'm in love with it. I think that was really cool.
Again, it reminds me of Soul. Has nobody else seen Soul?
Oh no.
Okay. Well, there's a pirate ship on sand.
I was really surprised because one of the things that Paizo does not do very often is take your stuff, because people hate when you take their stuff. And Thurston was like, what if I did that, except instead of your stuff, I took your skills. It's like, oh no. I mean,
your saves, your skills, and the negatives to attack rolls. I was like,
yeah. I mean, yeah. That was pretty brutal.
Imagine being sickened the rest of the book.
Yeah,
that was rough.
I thought we were going to be sickened for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was coming back or not. Yeah. I mean, so.
Like, boy, that's a choice.
It worked out, and it obviously none of us died, and it was not unovercomable. But I still am never a fan when they're just like, oh, welcome to permanent negatives forever for you. Okay, it's the same. Like, I hate being drained of any ability score, because that just feels like overly punishing.
Right. I mean, there's sort of a thing with like a lot of those kinds of effects and spells where it's like, oh, this is a spell you can take, but it'll be like, it's sort of like how like diseases aren't really for players. Like, like they're only for GMs to use on players. But like, if I'm like bestow curse on your enemy, it's like, oh no, he's going to have a -4 to strength for the next minute. Like the duration permanent is less fun than you think it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Good times. Some new mechanics in this book, some new ideas we've not really explored in a lot of science fiction so far. And yeah, I'm just glad we got to do it. We got to go to basically another realm of existence and do crazy sci-fi stuff, which is what Starfinder is for.
Hey, Patrick, do I still have that natural 20 on the next attack I roll?
Until you fall asleep, yes. So push the exhaustion if you need to.
Jabert, what if you just like go to play punch somebody in the arm? It's just like pow!
Like dressed in the macho, going to give each other high fives and knock each other's arms off.
Devash has already lost one arm during this campaign. He doesn't need to lose another one.
Right.
Oh boy, howdy, guys! It's been
I lost an eye,
Oh,
and I didn't even lose it.
Misplaced it.
Zinnia has it, right?
Zinnia has it. I found it. It's fine.
Yeah, she found it.
Yeah,
Scraped it off the floor.
Misplaced it. Do you have any guesses as to how many episodes we had here in book 5?
15.
107.
35.
Very close, Rebecca. I believe 14 because it was 167, and this is 180. Long book, but boy howdy, books.
Boy,
book
I guess
6
that means we
might be
should
longer.
start working on our characters for next season. Oh wait.
Well, we got a lot of adventure still to get through here. The end of season 3. Book 6 is coming up next week.
Oh boy, I'm not ready.
Let's pack it in for tonight, guys. Thanks for playing with me.
Thank you,
Patrick.
Listeners. Oh boy, you're gonna want to continue this adventure. We will see you next time here, Cosmic Crit. Have a good week.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Cosmic Crit, an officially licensed partner of Paizo Incorporated. The Starfinder role-playing game and adventure paths are trademarks of Paizo. All Pathfinder and Starfinder images are property of Paizo and are used with permission.